The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Tuesday. Hey. Call us 888-855-2297. We would love to hear from you today.
888-855-2297.
And hear how you feel today. You're looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas, where it is 83. Summer's trying to come back.
Summer's like the hell with fall.
83 degrees. The high is 87. The low is 66. And you do know Texas weather. In a week or two, it'll be 20 degrees outside. We get no fall here.
I know. Yeah. That is Kurt 3 pump.
Threw you off.
Yeah, you threw the rhythm off. I was like, is he finished? Is it my go? Like, how does this go? That is Nate. He is Shannon. In the back is Chris, keeping us live and local. I am Salt and Pepper Poppy. Together, we make Hanging with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille. People feel us when we speak.
Brought to you each and every show by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Yes. Poor old Brandon Cooks.
We just forgot about him.
We did.
Just an afterthought.
We need to relabel the wings. Yeah. Who can we put that on? Tolbert? JT?
You deserve that.
Wow. He ain't done nothing.
We'll get some Wingstop here on Friday.
Hey, let's go. Let's go.
For the people who are going to be here.
One day I'm not on the show.
People are going to be here.
Man, I'm hating that. Anyway, I had to get a rain check. I'd like to give a shout out today to Danny Mann. I was having lunch today before the show, and he walked up, and of course my mouth was full, and I couldn't really talk to him. He said he loves the show. He listens all the time, so appreciate you listening, Danny. How are y'all today? Tuesday? We're good? We get to talk football. If there's ever a time to play those 49ers, this is the week. How crazy is that Deebo Samuel story?
Walking pneumonia or something like that, right?
And didn't even know it.
Lungs with fluid.
Fluid in his lungs.
Somebody upstairs said he walked on the field, turned around and walked back. Walking pneumonia.
Do you not know when you're on the bus, like, I just don't think I can go today?
I'm going to be, no.
No?
We're just
Adrenaline.
so programmed.
This is what I do.
We fight through it. Just a little, it's always just a little head cold, a little congestion.
Yeah.
My stomach hurts a little bit.
Until you get out there. And,
The whole time, you know what I'm saying?
I'll be fine.
You got to have your pancreas removed. You know what I mean? It's like, we're so programmed that whatever we got to do to get to Sunday, and it's just a little, I'll get out there, I'll feel better, they'll give me some medicine, and we'll move on.
So I have a question for you guys. As former retired athletes.
Well, we're not former retired athletes. We're former players that are now retired athletes.
Yeah, you're retired athletes.
That would make us active athletes.
Yeah.
Neither one of us right now are doing anything of the sort in the football field realm.
Thanks for correcting that.
Now you go down to the trailer parks, it gets active. It gets active at the TPs.
He is a former retired trailer park.
Nah, I'm active.
Not retired.
If you don't know, formerly retired means you're not retired and means you're active.
You're active. Yeah.
So
You get physical down at the TPs.
As a non-professional former athlete, when things ail me, I tend to, Kurt, are you the same way, kind of put it off and you don't really go to the doctor until you need to go? You know
We've
me.
documented yours.
You know
I need
me.
to go right now, yeah.
And you kind of put it off. You're like, I'll pull out of it. I'll be fine. I'll just wait. When you play, like, you're immediately in there. Something's going on with my toe. Something's going on with this. Something's going on with this, right? Is that how it goes? Or as a player, do you kind of put things off?
Nah, the hospital is right there.
Right.
Yeah,
and that directly affects your performance, which
And
directly
your
affects your money,
Yeah.
right? But when you leave, because that's been your life for 4, 8, 12, 15, 20 years, where you have free health care immediately at the blink of an eye, and you have anything you want at the blink of an eye when something's bothering you.
There.
Yeah.
Some good drugs down there.
Do you still?
I'm telling you, Kurt, some good drugs down there, brother.
Do you still? Are you still in that mindset where when you feel a little off, you go to the doctor, or now you did it for so long, you put it off like everybody else?
Me, I go.
You go as
Yeah,
soon
I
as
don't-
something
I
feels
don't- I
off.
don't- Yeah, something feel off, and if it bother me for more than a day, I'll be like, babe, I'm gone.
How many days in a row do you have to feel off before you go?
One. Me. I look at my family history. You cats that waited all them years. Man, I found out I had cancer. Died 2 weeks later. I'm like, I ain't gonna wait that long.
So you give it 1 day grace period. Next day you're in there, huh?
I don't play, man.
What about you,
I don't
Jeff?
play.
I gotta get to that point. Like dental, like anything that's like I can go in and get. I'm going. Like I don't play around with the dental stuff.
Right.
But physical, I wait a little bit too long.
Feel like you can fight through it?
I always do. Like just.
Is it a macho thing? Like my immune system's tougher than that. It's gonna defeat this germ. That's the way I am. I'm
Yeah,
like, I got a great immune system.
And they be like, yeah, take this every 4 to 6 hours. I'm like taking it every 20 minutes. Like another dose, another dose, another dose. Like, so
Everybody else read, take this every so often. Just read, how many can I take in a day?
no, because let's be honest. Like in our football days, there was no every 4 to 8 hours or 10 hours or 12 hours. We take as much as we want, and they'll give us.
I mean, one day I came in with an upset stomach, and they said, take this one pill every 3 hours. Mr. Brown told me, you behind 3 hours, take 2. I took 2, it was feeling good. Went on right on out to practice.
So Kurt has a great question.
Ooh,
One of the few times
Okay.
he actually has a great question on the rundown.
Is
take
he
it.
going to ask it or you?
I'm not sure which one he was asking.
The very
Go
first
ahead.
one. Do you have the rundown in front of you?
Oh, I do.
That's a great question.
Okay, go ahead.
Ask away, Kurt.
Thank you.
Kurt's corner right out
Well,
of the gate.
you know, hey, all right. So, as fans, you know, we're seeing, oh, God, we're facing the 49ers again. They've been kicking our butts last 2, 3, 4 years. We don't have a chance, this and that. With players, there's so much turnover on a roster each year. Does that kind of stuff carry over for them, too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would say the
Plus
first
the
half
core
of your,
players are there.
right. The first half of that statement, we say. The part about like we don't have a chance, I don't think we say that.
No,
But
we don't say that
No,
part.
we're not saying that part. Like that part, but we gotta fake these jokers again. Like
Yeah.
Boombox
you be like,
boy.
damn, like
So there's a mental hurdle to get over still.
for sure. Like for the guys who've been here, part of it. For the guys who've been here, your Dax, your Micahs, your CDs, your Tanks, your Diggs. There's a Travis Fredericks. Travis Fred.
Oh,
Martin.
Zach Martin, excuse me, Travis Frederick. What I'm talking about is Zach Martin's. Like, there's a number of guys who've been here who've felt that defeat from them a couple years in a row. Yeah. That's like, dang man, gotta play these jokers again. All right, man, we got to get one. We got to get one.
It's got to change sooner or later. Dang.
it's been.
Did you guys have teams like that you faced?
Yeah, man. It was early in our career, boy. It was the whole NFC East. Early in my career, it was the whole. Oh, here come Washington. Oh, here come the Giants. Only people we ain't feel was the Cardinals.
Yeah, I
When
think
they used to be in our
it might have been
division.
Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay.
Yeah.
You know, you think about those teams, you're like, that joker, man. You just know, like, face this joker again, like that guy. Philly maybe, but like, I don't know if there was anyone in my time frame that like dominated us. Like,
Yeah, there wasn't quite that same.
Right.
You weren't getting beat.
like we got some
Year in,
off
year
every
out,
now and again.
Those teams were all in the AFC at that time. Your juggernauts, I guess. The Patriots. Who else was over there at that time? About it.
That was it.
That was really the only dominant
Patriots
team,
and the Colts,
right?
and we never played the Colts.
Yeah.
yeah.
Huh. So as beat up as they are, they're going to be without Ayuk, without Debo, without.
I think Debo plays.
You think he's going to make it?
I think-
You think he's going
I think
to
they
get fluid off his
hospital with,
lungs and for this game?
they got some good drugs down there.
So when they're trying to get fluids off the lung, is that a pill? Take a
How
pill,
they do it?
Get fluids off your lungs.
Or do they stab a needle in
Do
you?
they put a needle in
drain
you?
I ain't never had my lungs. I ain't
Chris,
never had
look
my,
that up, man. How we get the fluid off the lungs so we can make sure that's not available.
If there's
to
a
him.
doctor in the house.
Yeah, call Britt, Chris.
Yeah.
Britt, 888-855-2297. Give us a call. Let us know how y'all do that. But they're going to be without Ayuk. Debo, we'll see.
Kittle's banged up.
Kittle's banged up. McCaffrey's not going to be back until the week after, it looks like. So if there's ever a time to play them. It's now because you never look back at the schedule and go, yeah, you won that game, but they were really banged up. No, you finally beat them, right?
Yeah.
Do they have a shot? Contrary to what Kurt says, we don't have a chance.
I didn't say that.
Do you think there's a legitimate
have a
chance,
good chance
at
now.
home?
If we didn't have the same problems or
Right.
worse than they had, I would think we had a shot. But we had the same problems and sometimes worse than what they had.
I guess are their injuries in more key positions than our injuries
Yeah.
are? And it's weird that Micah's still saying he's up in the air and Deron Bland we don't know about, right?
Jerry said it, and Michael from Pittsburgh said it. So who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows if he'll play? Who knows what? It's the Ron Bland
Just
one.
call that
that's-
man Michael from Pittsburgh?
Yeah, Michael
From Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Okay, I looked this up. You guys
staying
want to
with that,
know?
huh?
Yes, sir.
Do you guys really want to know this?
I
'Cause
wanna
it
know
sounds like
this.
it hurts a lot.
Okay.
Okay. It's called thorosynthesis.
Okay.
Like photosynthesis.
Yes, but
Thorough.
THOR. Okay. A medical professional inserts a needle between the ribs
Oh,
and
yeah, I
into
knew
the
this.
pleural space and to drain the fluid. This procedure can be received chest pressure and test the fluid for infection. They usually do this while you are awake.
So, okay.
Oh, just suck it off and get right out there and play.
What? God.
That's one way to get the fluid out. That is one way. Get
Do not pause when you say that. Okay, Jesse, remember this. We're 10:22 at 11 minutes in.
Oh my God, no, he didn't.
That is one
I
way.
caught myself, which is the worst.
Never catch yourself. Just keep
The
going.
worst thing I could have done was realize what just came out of my mouth.
So, I've never had this procedure done to me, but I did have broken ribs. And the sound of that reminded me how they took care of my broken ribs. So what they basically did was you get up on a table and you kind of lay on your side like in the fetal, and they take an ultrasound. Right? They literally took an ultrasound where I can look up on the screen and see the vision of my rib and where the crack is at in my rib. They numb the area.
With a shot or like a
They numb the
skin
topical
thing? Okay.
topical part of it. They numb it, and they took this big old needle because it had to get down into the areas of where you needed to. And I'm watching them do it on the screen.
And they got to do that because they don't want to puncture your lung, right?
Correct.
That's why they're doing ultrasound.
That's what they should have done in Buffalo before they punctured Tyrod Taylor lungs or Seattle, wherever it was. They should have actually had this machine. And big old needle, and went down in there and injected it in those spots up near my rib, and off I went.
And you were good
Off I went
till after the game.
till halftime. Got another shot at halftime.
They did the same thing at halftime?
Same thing at halftime.
Was it still numb when they did it the second time?
It was going away. Then they gave me some. They gave me some drugs at the end of the day and was like, "We can't give you another needle, but take some of these drugs and go home." And that's what. So that sounds painful.
Yeah.
It's. But again, these are the things that people sometimes don't know that athletes go through. And this is not feel sympathy from the fans, but if there is a medical chance that he can go, and all it is that we have to remove some of this off your lungs, and because the pneumonia, you can take some antibiotics and do what you got to do on that end. The fluid part, they'll remove it, and we'll figure. They're on the bye next week, so they're like, listen, how can I get? I said this many times before.
Get through this game.
How can I get to Sunday? If I can get to Sunday and I'm able to go, I'm gonna go. We'll figure the rest out later, especially with the bye looking in their face after this week. So.
As long as you can't do more damage by getting out there and
If it ain't gonna kill you,
yeah.
most guys are gonna try to
Cracked
go.
ribs could give you more.
They said that you could
damage.
also have antibiotics to help it out
Yeah,
too.
so they're gonna trust me. They're gonna give him. And there's always tears. Okay, there's always tears to this. If it's a quarterback, if it's your starting quarterback, I remember when Tony had the punctured lungs and broken ribs. I forgot who the training GA was. You're going home with him. you whatever treatment he needs around the clock, you will administer it. Like then there's a next tier of, hey, he gets priority service here, all day long, and then there's down here, and then there's me. And then there's like, hey, take these pills and get out of here. So
call me if
you're coughing up blood. Yeah. But until that, you can go home with these pills. I look at Debo as one of those guys who are kind of up there in the tiers. So whatever treatment that he's gonna need, whether that means he stays at the hospital or it's administered at home, there's gonna be around the clock treatment.
Wow.
For a guy like Debo.
All right, let's take our first break. When we come back, some phone calls. Call us 888-855-2297. We'll be right back. Hanging with the boys.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy classic wings, sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
This is Nate Newton from Hanging with the Boys, and Wingstop is here to bring the flavor to game day as the official wings of the Dallas Cowboys. Order now by downloading the Wingstop app or ordering online at wingstop.com.
Hey, Cowboys fans, a 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cowboys football games or to any other live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Hey, Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle.
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together. We cry together, and we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the second segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every day by blockchain.com. Thank you, blockchain.com. Kurt.
Tell me.
Get ready for the ultimate game day experience. Thanks to 7-Eleven, you could win a VIP experience to the Cowboys versus Bengals showdown on December the 9th. Just text Cowboys VIP to 711-711 for your chance to win premium club tickets, sideline passes, travel, and more. Don't miss out. Enter now. No purchase necessary. Ends on 11/20. Must be 18 or older in the USDC. Void where prohibited. Message and data rates may apply. Visit bit.ly/go711-711 for full details and non-text entry. All right, let's take a phone call before we get back after it. Who we got, Chris?
We've got Bobby. He's in Longview, Texas.
Bobby in Longview. Tell us how you feel
today.
How I feel?
Yes, sir.
Well, I've been wanting to ask this question for a long time. I've been a Cowboy fan.
How you feel first, then get your
how
question
I feel
on.
about the Cowboys?
Sure, Bobby.
Wherever you want to take it,
Wherever
Bobby.
you want to go, baby. Your world. We just living in it.
Well, like I say, I love the Cowboys, but I don't like the way they're playing, as most people don't. But my main concern here is, has anybody got any stats on how many balls the defense has knocked down up around the line of scrimmage?
Batted balls?
I bet you could count all those on 5 hands and still have a few fingers left.
Well, 5 hands gives you 25. Give you 25 choices. You mean one hand, 5?
Yeah. You're saying our defensive line and
okay, maybe I got the number wrong. But you have 5 out of 5 fingers. You'd have fingers left over on how many balls they've knocked down up around the line of scrimmage.
Under 5.
I think it would be, yes.
Well, we'll look it up.
I hadn't noticed any.
Yeah, they're not getting their hands up, I guess.
So
it's hard to get your hands up when you're on your back.
Oh,
not
really.
But anyway,
look, man,
you ought to get them to try anyway. Yeah, I hear you on the back. But,
well, we'll let them know, Bobby.
Bobby, we're gonna let them know, brother. We appreciate you calling, man. Kurt's gonna look that stat up for us right now, and when we get those numbers, man, keep listening in, and we'll get that number to you, Bobby. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, man.
Thank you for listening.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. That's my people over there. Longview. That's my over towards my neck of the woods. Yeah. He got that Louisiana, East Texas math going on over there.
I think he was talking not like one guy with 5 hands. He was talking about the line as a whole. You have all these arms up.
Yeah, but he said you can count the number
on 5 hands.
On 5 hands.
Oh, okay.
I thought he meant to say five fingers.
5 fingers.
Yeah,
okay.
on one hand.
Yeah, we knew what Bobby was saying.
We got you, Bobby. Yeah. We got you. We tracking with you, Bobby. We working with you, brother.
I definitely knew what he was saying.
Yeah, you got that. That's
my people.
That's your people.
It is my people.
If you don't understand your people, then who will?
So, a question before we get back to the
batted
phones.
balls, we have 0.
Oh, well.
Well, Bobby was right.
Bobby, you don't need no hands.
All 5, yeah.
Look, ma, no hands.
You can just do a closed fist and you got it.
Fight the power. Fight the power. That be.
Coach McCarthy is 12-5 in the first game after the bye all time, including 3-1 with Dallas. Is there something to that? Are there some coaches that are good at that? Does that mean he's a better adjuster, or is that just a hollow stat that doesn't really mean anything? There's some coaches that are better at spending that time wisely, or what are your thoughts on that?
Nate?
I'm still on the 25 hands.
Up until this year, you guys know how I felt about Michael from Pittsburgh. And it's one of those questions that has multiple layers to it. One is who are they playing after the bye? That matters.
Sure.
Right? Mm-hmm. What team did he have? Because this is a bad team, right? But prior to, Mike has had some pretty good teams. Like, you don't get to 12-5 by not having some pretty good teams. And his time in Green Bay, you had arguably, if not the best, second, third best quarterback in all of football.
Yeah.
So that matters. And then you like to believe, and I want to believe, but I'm on the negative side of Michael from Pittsburgh right now, that there was some adjustment that happened. There was some things that he went back into the lab, and they had the cross the hall meetings, and he went back and looked himself in the mirror and had the self-evaluation, and that he looked at things and was willing to change those. I will be tuned into this game. We talked about it as we were leaving out the studio yesterday. What do I have to see that makes me feel different? How long will it take me to those first 15? That was first possession, maybe the second possession.
How many plays do you need to see if anything's been changed? Yeah.
That first 15 is going to tell me. That first 15 is going to let me know.
So the first series or two.
I'm going to know. I'm going to know that there's a change to your approach in this. And that's a great number, 12-5. You want, and they need to win bad. They need to win real bad. So hopefully that there is some sort of mojo moment that he has coming out of this bye with this particular football team, because they're really, man. This is a when you look at their overall stats, when you look at the fact that they're bottom third in the league in red zone scoring, they're bottom third in the league in giving up red zone touchdowns, they're bottom third in the league in takeaways,
giveaways.
Like, they're not even supposed to be, like, they're not supposed to be 3-3.
Right.
Yeah. It should be more 1-5, 2-4.
Could be very easily 1-5.
Mm-hmm. So that lends to believe that there's something in there that's good enough to get things done. So hopefully that Michael from Pittsburgh is able to get this team going in the right direction.
Chris, we have any more calls?
We do, but before we get to calls, like I had a text message that's from Jason in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And he says, didn't Micah have a batted ball that Kendrick intercepted on the first game of the season? I believe he did. Is that right?
Not at the line of scrimmage. It wasn't at the line of scrimmage, was it?
I mean,
tip
pretty
ball?
sure tip ball, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I think tip and batted are different. No?
I have no idea.
Maybe? I don't know.
I guess, yeah, if it's
someone
batted,
got their hands up and someone intercepted the ball.
Maybe all these stats Kurt's been giving us over the years are faulty.
Well,
maybe there's
not.
not.
I'm just asking. So
there's not a place on the show for you anymore.
That was a
Kurt.
question. So
I just read a quote recently. There's 3 kinds of There's 3 kinds of lies: regular lies, damn lies, and statistics.
Okay, fair enough.
There you go. All right.
So our next guy up would be Fernando. He's calling from Miami.
All right, Fernando in Miami. How do you feel? Today?
I feel good, guys.
All right.
Guys, this calls for Jesse. Jesse, I saw the on television that Cowboy 49er game that you played in, and I remember thinking, this guy is the guy that won that competition for Michael Irvin. And I remember thinking, this dude might be one of the best receivers on our team right now. I remember you had energy. I mean, the receivers on that team, I think it was Stephen Williams and I think Miles Austin. But I remember the way you played and the energy you had, and I was thinking, dude, this guy could play. And then after that game, in those times, we didn't have the NFL ticket. So I remember the following time that they showed the Cowboys on TV. Now I got the NFL ticket. I was like, where's this guy at? What happened after that 49er game? I don't even remember seeing you in the offense after that.
Yeah, Jason realized that he had 53 just like me, and the one that he had, he didn't want. No. Fernando, I have the same question as you, brother. LaRon Robinson came back from injury. Des Bryant came back from injury. And I just wasn't in the cards. I wasn't what they looked for in that offense. Jason Garrett had other plans for the offense, and my role was to be a special teams guy and a 4th, 5th wide receiver. And so in this league, sometimes you get into a situation that benefits you. Sometimes you get in a situation that doesn't. Sometimes you get in when you fit in. And, you know,
Dude, because that was incredible. That game, let me tell you, I was so happy when you guys won that game, and I was like, who is this guy?
Yeah, it took a lot of guys to get hurt to get to me. If you remember that game?
Dude,
Des didn't play that game.
You could play.
Miles got hurt in that game, and what was 17's name? Dwayne Harris couldn't line up properly. That's how they got to me.
Dwayne was around in those times. Dwayne Harris.
He was a rookie.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were tall. I think you're, 6'2" or something?
6'3", something. I'm shrinking now.
6'2", 6'3". I was thinking, dude, this guy's just as good as anybody out there. And then all of a sudden, bam. That was it. I was like, where did he go?
Yeah.
I don't even remember if we had a good year.
Send me your address. I'm going to send a check in the mail for these comments. I appreciate you. You make me feel good today. Thank you.
No, dude, you kicked ass that day. Seriously. You made me so happy when they won that game. I mean, I was like, this dude can play. They hit it with this guy. But then, blunk, that was it. You vanished.
I didn't quite vanish. I was still there. I was still there.
You know what, Fernando? This might be the most complimentary, destructive call to Jesse's ego.
No, it's all
ever
good.
gotten. Because you built him up, and then you just keep telling him, yeah, but you just disappeared. Where did you go? What happened?
I was still there.
But you were great. You were awesome. But
yeah.
I never saw you anymore. What happened?
Nah, Jason had
yeah, that was it. I was like, where did he go? I didn't see him on the field. I mean, I would
okay, that's enough, Fernando.
We appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
Thank you for the call, man. What could have been? You ever wonder that? Like,
man, all the time.
What could have been?
Yeah.
That had just given you a few more opportunities?
Yep. 4-year, $32 million contract in Jacksonville. What it could have been.
Was that the year Laurent had like 11 touchdowns and didn't do anything really before or after. I'm not going to say
I don't even know
anything.
if
But
No, he didn't do
finished the
anything.
next
He
season.
didn't do anything after. He
After
went
he
to
did
Jacksonville,
had what,
signed his contract.
1 or 2 touchdowns, and that was
He
it?
played half the year.
Yeah, I don't even
Was that it?
Played the whole year.
Yeah, and then retired
Wow.
with concussions.
Wow.
Yeah. 32 million. I think it's like 17 million guaranteed.
Yeah, he didn't. The most touchdowns he had before that was 2.
And all of that because he was able to, on broken plays,
Seven times.
streak across the back of the
Seven
end zone
times.
and just in sync with Tony.
7 times.
That was his deal. That's
There was
how he
about 3 or 4 that was really supposed to. He was in the progression. The other 7,
just all hell broke loose, and he just ran.
Tony Romo
free.
being Tony Romo.
Right place, right
Tony
time.
doing this and that and pointing dudes and there's LeBron. 7, 8 times. Man. I'm like, I could have done that.
Were you fast enough to do that?
Yeah. I mean, nobody can't guard me for 6 seconds. When Tony's doing that out there.
They can catch me if I'm running
If
for
I'm
6
running
seconds.
straight, but when I'm doing all that, shoot.
Oh, man.
Good times, man. Shout out to LeBron.
Yeah. Shout out to Fernando for that great, terrible phone call.
Yeah, I mean, thank you. All these years, still remember me.
Does the San Fran game every year hold a little to bring back memories? Or is it just like, another game?
It still keeps me alive, brother. They can
Yeah.
forget it. In life, you're easily forgettable. Mm-hmm. I know at least one time a year that people are going to remember me.
That's a good point.
I mean, he has a game.
September 18th will always be the Jesse Holley Day.
The Jesse Holley game.
So I'll take that. Listen, you don't get a lot of chances in life to be remembered positively. I take that, and I'm going to, until I'm gone, I want that to be remembered. I never want that to go away.
Yeah. You think of it that way, you have one of the most memorable plays in Cowboys history.
Not according to Nick Eatman. No, I'm playing. I'm sorry. I'm taking a shot.
Not that you're counting, but I mean, seriously.
Not that I make it in Nick's list.
When you think about those plays, though, it's in the conversation of the Marion Barber play, the Tony Romo scramble for 50 yards and get 5 that he needed for the first down, like those, him spinning out of that J.J. Watt tackle. Like, it's when people think, Hail Mary obviously is the play, but
Right.
I mean, it's especially for the new Cowboy fans that aren't older, that remember a lot of those older, the 99-yard Tony Dorsett touchdown run. But as far as like the new era of plays, that one's up there, man. And you were it. You were the play.
But
and the story behind it's cool.
If there's anything about that moment, about that day, that I sometimes like, man, like I get the 77-yarder was pretty cool. But if you go back and watch, I had 2 really difficult catches on third down, key third down slants that Tony threw into the dirt that I went down there and got all hands. Like, I'm like, dang, nobody remember the slants. And you don't get the 77-yarder if you don't get the other 2 slants that kept the drive alive. Those are 2 really good catches, man. I was like, I even went back to the huddle. I was like, hey, Tony, man, those guys are playing me off and outside. He's like, oh, okay. Boom, he came right back to me, slam. Right off the shoe tip, boop, first down, bang. Another one, bang.
You're welcome,
then
Dan.
the 77 yards.
You're welcome, Dan Bailey.
I mean,
then bam, down at the 1.
I can get you to the 1.
You got there.
I can get you to the 1.
All right, let's take our last break. When we come back,
Nate, you gonna participate today?
Yeah, man. I'm on all 25 hands. Man. Come on.
He's still trying to make it add up. All right, we will be back after this last break with some more football and maybe some more phone calls on Hanging with the Boys.
53, just like you. How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy classic wings, sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
This is Nate Newton from Hanging with the Boys, and Wingstop is here to bring the flavor to game day as the official wings of the Dallas Cowboys. Order now by downloading the Wingstop app or ordering online at wingstop.com.
Hey, Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, Crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry. Even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle.
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole, made with real Hass avocados, will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouth-watering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
Hey, Cowboys fans, the 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cowboys football games or to any other live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to Hanging with the Boys, the final segment brought to you each and every day by Jigsaw, the proud dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys. And before we get back into it, we have a few more calls. Chris, who do we have on the phone?
We have Michael in Ojai.
Michael in Ojai, how do you feel
today?
I'll feel a lot better when my class day is done. I'm a teacher, so I'm sneaking this phone call in during my lunch break.
Okay. What grade? What elementary, middle, high school?
No, high school. I teach a bunch of APs and whatnot. It's a lot of fun.
Oh,
God love you, man.
No, it's not. I've dealt in high school.
Thanks for doing the work.
Worse.
Thanks for doing the work.
No, it's all good. They let me coach, even though I'm definitely underqualified. So, but I wanted to say thanks for taking the call. I've tried calling him before, never got in. The only person I've had the privilege, or it seems according to Jesse today, the misfortune of speaking to is Nick Eatman. And the last time I spoke to him, I was 19, and he chewed me out for asking about pulled hamstrings. But that was back in the Miles Austin days, Jesse Holley days, and all them. But Jesse, I do remember the slants, just so you know.
Thank you.
And I got to say it's a real privilege to be even on the line. If Nate doesn't want to talk, I get it. I appreciate it. And Kurt and
I'm working, bro. I'm working.
You working?
All good. Appreciate it. Just to cut my rambling here. I was trying not to be like everybody else and freaking out about 3-3. And I think Jesse and Nate, you both made great points yesterday talking about the combination of injuries and just lack of talent. But what I was really kind of looking at is, as I've gotten older, having more perspective, so I stopped riding the highs and lows. And when you look at what Mike McCarthy's been doing, do we feel like last year there was like a breath of fresh air, because I think a lot of people, myself included, were waiting for the Kellen Moore days to move on. So getting Mike, getting the play calls, and having the offense click looked great, and we had a defensive coordinator who could handle it. And now I feel like we're starting to see the drop off, I think, in just overall, like you mentioned yesterday, quality and focus. And I don't think Mike's record is enough to say I don't want him back, but it's not trending in a way that says extend him. And Jason Garrett was given the privilege to walk off instead of getting fired. What would it take, in your perspective, for Mike to get those bona fides back for you all? And I'll hang up and listen offline.
Thank you for the call, and thank you for your contribution to society and being a teacher.
For Freaky Mike to keep his job. For Freaky Mike to keep his job.
Michael from Pittsburgh.
He's got to be one game above 500 for me.
What?
Ooh,
Yeah,
really?
one game above 500.
I don't think that's what you
At
were
the
saying
end of the
back in
year?
Huh? At
Like-
the end of the year, it's 17 games. So if Mike is 9-8,
That's
he's
17.
good enough for me because of what this team has been through, what this team is going to go through.
That is a
how
hell
this
of a
team is trying to
perspective.
build.
You've changed.
Yeah.
No, I'm not changed.
What
You've
about?
changed.
Do they have to make the playoffs?
Nah, they don't.
Really?
Nah, they don't.
All right, now he's trolling.
I think he is.
Now you're
No,
trolling.
everything X go to Jesse. I already said.
No.
Send it straight to Jesse.
Now
You have
you're
a problem?
trolling. Now you're trolling.
Nah, brother.
Really?
I'm serious. I
Because
said this at the beginning of the year.
No, you did not.
I'm all about Mike.
One game over 500
Yeah, I
and
don't
no
think he said
playoffs, and he
that.
keeps his job.
Yes, sir.
You're trolling.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
You almost got me to. You almost
Yes,
got me
sir.
to jump off sides.
Yes, sir.
Jump. I want to hear
Ask
You almost got me to.
anybody
You
that's
almost got me to pull a Nate Newton.
I have done a survey in this whole building of accent. Have I not asked you, do you like Mike? Give me your honest opinion. Do you like Mike? Give me.
Yeah.
I've asked everybody that, and I've always said before you answer, I like Mike. I want Mike. I've always said, and now I'm gonna jump off the train. No, sir. I like Mike. I ain't gonna be like Mike because I don't do my job, but I like Mike. I'm just being honest.
All right, Jesse. What about you to get the moniker of Freaky Mike back and him stay? What would he have to do this year?
Go to the Super Bowl.
Really?
Yeah.
So no NFC Championship game for you. He's still gone, huh?
I need Super Bowl.
Really?
Yeah. I need to be in the big game.
Kurt?
I wouldn't go to Super Bowl, but I think he's got to win a playoff game for sure. To get through the injuries and lack of talent. Yeah,
You almost became my boy.
I
boy.
almost want to take that away. I almost want to not be boys no more.
I don't know. I mean,
One playoff game? You've changed.
But I'm just trying to think.
One playoff game. He's done that.
Yeah, but not with this lack of talent and injuries. So it makes me wonder. And the schedule.
Yeah, but the lack of talent.
He's not going to get there.
The lack of talent.
How did we get here, Kurt? No. How did we get here, Kurt? How did we get
Listening
here?
to Big News.
How did we get here?
Well, I said at the beginning of the year, I think NFC Championship game.
So how did we get to one
Well, maybe
playoff
I
game?
should stick with that. But I think he's a dead man walking. So.
Did y'all happen to hear his boss today?
Yeah.
Did y'all hear the beeps of that?
Wait,
truck?
before I answer that, Coach McCarthy is the play caller, right?
C.
And the offensive
C, Poppy.
coordinator, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when Mr. Jones said that they weren't, what were
They
his
had
words?
bad schemes, bad play designs.
Yeah. We're designing bad plays or we're designing bad concepts.
Okay, I just want to make sure I knew the roles here before I stepped in it.
I don't want nobody to say that about me.
That's not a resounding endorsement for your top employee. That's
one playoff. Who will you two become?
I don't know who y'all are, to be honest with
Well,
you.
I'm being honest with you. That's what I feel. And I ain't changed.
I cannot wait till after the
I ain't
show
changing.
and we have real talk.
And let me be very clear.
I ain't changed.
I am not advocating, pushing for, or any of that for a man to lose his job.
Me either.
Mike will be fine. Whether they fire him now or he walks at the end of the year, he's made $20 million.
Yeah.
He ain't hurting for
You
nothing.
can buy a nice barn for $20 million.
He
hurt
ain't hurting
because
for
he's
nothing.
not working. He's not doing what he's been called to do, and that's to be a head coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
No, he hasn't been called to be the head coach.
Yes,
of
he
the
has.
Dallas
Because what
Cowboys.
is he doing right now? What is he doing right now?
He's
He's
been
the
hired.
head
Yeah.
coach of the Dallas Cowboys, so he's been called.
I will tell you this. Here's my feelings, even though y'all didn't ask. Stop.
It's troll, man.
It's trolling.
This is
Stop.
troll.
What you mean I'm
It's a
trolling?
troll,
You know
man.
there's a camera. People can see you doing that.
Yeah. Peace, brother. Peace, brother. I don't want Jesse. Cause you know Jesse don't cuss, but after the show I get a feeling I'm gonna get a little straight cussing. You know what I'm saying? For my guy,
You're going to get a stern message from me.
I think as bad as it is right now, and as bad as the vibes are about this team, and as bad as everything, the whole aura of what's going on around here from ownership on down, if he turned this thing around and you wound up being 11-6 at the end of the season, and you won one, maybe. I think it's going to take two playoff games, playoff wins. But if you turn that around, I don't think you could let him go. I don't think the fan base would. I don't know about that. I think the fan base.
I think 11-6 and two playoff wins foils the plan that the person in charge had in place, and that also gets you fired.
That's a good point.
That's just my thought process. Because now we've lost our draft status.
Yeah.
You may have foiled the plans of the guy in charge. 11-6 and two playoff
That's a
wins.
good theory. All right, let's take one more call before we get out of here. Who we got, Chris?
We got Chuck D in Bridge City, Texas. Be quick.
Chuck D, how do you feel today?
Broadcast.
Feeling great.
How you
feel like I got to hurry.
You talking slow, bro? You talking slow. Come on.
Well, Nate, this is for you, man.
Yes, sir.
The 92 championship game is my favorite game. I used to watch the DVD.
Which game is that?
And that's the 92 against the 49ers. That's
yes,
first
sir.
Super Bowl run.
Thank you, sir.
How did that feel? I mean, did y'all honestly think y'all were going to win that game, or did y'all kind of like, man, we don't know about this?
No, bro. No, we went in that thing knowing we're gonna be big body banging. We were the original boombox boys. We brought the thunder. We set the pace, baby. We did all of the crazy plays. Yeah. Charles Haley told us we was coming to get them boys. He opened it up with a sack on his old teammates. Yeah, we knew we was coming to get that. The only people that didn't know that was what's my man Chris Berman. Because he picked the 49ers, and we wrecked his world. Yes, sir. He ain't been the same since.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you, sir.
Thank you for the call, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you for calling the voice of reason.
Oh man, I can't wait to get off this air and hear what's really going on.
Yes, sir. Cowboys.
We will be
Mike
back
McCarthy.
tomorrow.
I love you. I love you.
What are we doing?
Mike.
Cowboys
I love
offense?
You. I love you.
Is Mike on one of your shows this week?
Who that? Michael
from Pittsburgh.
Our show is, I don't think Shannon will be on our show.
Are we? What are we doing? Cowboys offense tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yes, Cowboys offense.
Cowboys
Niners
offense.
defense.
Niners defense.
Just don't bring the needle.
Don't bring. It's old stuff.
Shannon has the way to get Debo on the field.
Yeah,
I do. Just
big black. He's a big tall guy.
He a black man.
Thanks for keeping us on the air, Josh. Jazz, thanks for keeping them company. We'll be back tomorrow on Hangin' with the Boys.
We out.
Check your dentals.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!